In the small town of Greenfield, there lived a young boy named Rishi. He was a bright student, but he had one major problem. He could never wake up early. No matter how many alarms he set, he always hit the snooze button and went back to his sleep. His mother Meera would call him repeatedly, but he would only wake up when it was almost too late. Because of this habit, Rishi was always in a rush. He barely had time to eat breakfast, often forgot his homework, and sometimes even missed his school bus. His teachers complained about his tiredness, and his friends often teased him, calling him Mr. Sleepyhead. One day, his teacher, Mr. Ravi, noticed Rishi yawning in the class for the 10th time. After the lesson, he called him and said, Rishi, you are a smart student, but your habit of waking up late is holding you back. Do you want to change this? Rishi sighed. I do, sir, but I don't know how. Every time I try, I fail. Mr. Ravi smiled. Then let me tell you a secret. But first, I have a challenge for you. Do you accept it? Rishi was curious. What challenge? Wake up at 5 am for the next 21 days. If you succeed, I promise something amazing will happen you in your life. Rishi hesitated. Waking up at 5 am? That seemed impossible, but he respected Mr. Ravi, so he decided to give it a try. The night Rishi set 5 alarms: 4:50 am, 4:55 am, 5 am, 5 am, and 5:10 am. This time I won't fail, he told himself. But when the alarm rang, he groaned and turned it off. The second one rang, then the third, but his sleep was too sweet to leave. At 7:30, his mother rushed into his room. Rishi, you're late again. Rishi jumped up. He had failed on the very first day. He felt disappointed but remembered Mr. Ravi's word, I have to keep trying. That evening, he decided to look for solution. He searched online, watched motivational videos, and read about successful people. One thing he learned was, if you want to wake up early, you must fix your night routine. So he decided to sleep early at 10 pm instead of his usual midnight routine. The next morning, when the alarm rang at 5 am, Rishi struggled, but managed to open his eyes. Instead of hitting snooze, he forced himself to sit up. Just get out of bed, he whispered to himself. He washed his face, drank some water, and stretched his body. He felt fresh. Rishi noticed that he had extra time. He decided to go for a walk in the nearby park. The air was cool, the birds were chirping, and everything felt peaceful. For the first time, he realized how beautiful the early morning was. By the time he reached school, he felt energetic. He had enough time for breakfast, packed his bag properly, and reached school on time. Mr. Ravi noticed the change and gave him a thumbs up. Keep going, Rishi, you're doing great. For the next 10 days, Rishi followed his new routine. He woke up at 5 am, went for a walk, and started his day peacefully. But then, one weekend, something happened. It was a cold Sunday morning, and Rishi felt too lazy to leave his warm bed. Just 5 more minutes, he thought, but those 5 minutes turned into an hour. He finally woke up. He felt guilty. He had broken his streak. He was about to give up when he had remembered something he had read. Failing once does not mean failure. What matters is getting back on track. So the next morning, Rishi got up at 5 am again, stronger than before. Days passed, and soon the 21st day challenge was over. Rishi had successfully built the habit of waking up early. The challenge in his life was surprising. He felt more energetic throughout the day. He had better focus in class. He was never late for school. He even had time to read books and exercise. One day, Mr. Ravi called him and said, Rishi, you have completed a challenge. Now tell me, what is the secret of waking up early? Rishi smiled and replied, the secret is not in waking up early. The secret is in sleeping on time, having a purpose, and never giving up. Mr. Ravi nodded. That's the lesson I wanted you to learn. Now you have the power to change your life. From that day on, Rishi was no longer Mr. Sleepyhead. He became an inspiration for his friends. Some even started following his routine, and whenever someone asked him for advice, he would say, waking up early is not just about time, it's about discipline, self-control, and wanting a better life. Moral of the story: the secret of waking up is not just setting alarms, it's about having the right mindset, building good habits, and never giving up on self improvement.